Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. has sparked a fierce political firestorm. A luxury Boeing 747 jet, valued at nearly $400 million, is reportedly being gifted by the Qatari government to the United States, and former President Donald Trump may be set to benefit from it personally. This move has triggered intense debate among legal scholars, former Justice Department officials, and members of Congress. At the center of it all is one question. Is this gift a violation of the U.S. Constitution's Foreign Emoluments Clause? The story began with growing frustration over the delayed delivery of a new Air Force One aircraft. The current presidential plane, nearly 40 years old, is long overdue for replacement. According to Trump, the Obama administration initiated the order, but after he took office, he worked to renegotiate the deal and lower its cost. However, when he left office, the project's progress slowed. It ended up being a total mess, Trump said. Another mess I inherited from Biden. That's when Qatar entered the picture. A long-standing U.S. ally and major buyer of Boeing aircraft, Qatar reportedly offered to donate a luxury Boeing 747 to be used temporarily by the U.S. while the new Air Force One was being built. Trump praised the move as generous and practical. "I think it was a great gesture from Qatar," he said, suggesting that rejecting such a gift would be foolish. "We give out free things all the time. Why not accept something valuable in return?" Critics argue that the gift isn't simply for the U.S. government's benefit, it's ultimately intended for Trump himself. The plane may be temporarily used by the military, but reportedly it could end up at the Trump Presidential Library after he leaves office. This potential outcome raises serious constitutional questions. The Foreign Emoluments Clause strictly prohibits U.S. officials, including the president, from accepting gifts from foreign states without congressional approval. One congressman didn't hold back. "This is brazen corruption," he said, "a violation of the Constitution." He emphasized that no gift of such value should be accepted from a foreign government, particularly not one that might curry favor with a former president still active in American politics and business. "It's not just about the plane," he added. "It's about influence. If Qatar can hand over a $400 million gift now, what else can they offer later? And how do we know decisions about foreign policy weren't influenced by that possibility?" In a social media post, Trump responded to critics. "So the Defense Department gets a gift, free of charge, a 747 aircraft to replace the 40-year-old Air Force One temporarily in a very public and transparent transaction. And the crooked Democrats are mad about it?" He continued. "The Dems are world-class losers. MAGA." Trump's defenders argue that the aircraft is for national use and not intended as a personal gift. But critics, including former DOJ officials, say that intent isn't enough. Perception matters, especially when foreign governments are involved. Legal scholars and former prosecutors say the move is highly irregular. No federal employee can accept even a $50 gift from a foreign agent. "But this is $400 million, said one legal analyst. "It's not just inappropriate, it's unconstitutional." The key issue is not just whether the plane is useful, but whether it constitutes an emolument, a gift or benefit from a foreign government. The Constitution requires that such gifts receive explicit approval from Congress. Without that, the gesture, no matter how well-intentioned, may breach foundational principles of U.S. democracy. Trump has tried to draw a parallel to former President Ronald Reagan, whose decommissioned presidential plane is now on display at his presidential library. But legal experts say the situations are vastly different. Reagan's plane was already owned by the U.S. government and officially retired. Trump's potential Boeing 747, on the other hand, would originate as a foreign gift, possibly outfitted by Qatar itself. Furthermore, the idea that Trump could use the aircraft post-presidency, either for private travel or as part of his library's showcase, raises even more red flags. Critics fear it blurs the lines between public service and private gain. Beyond ethics and legality, there are security concerns as well. Air Force One is no ordinary plane. It's outfitted with high-tech defenses, military communications, and counterattack systems. There's no way to guarantee that a foreign-built jet, no matter how luxurious, can meet those standards. There's no way to ensure that this plane doesn't have surveillance devices embedded in it. warned a former intelligence advisor. It could pose a huge risk if not properly vetted and refitted. Even if the plane is fully inspected, the symbolism alone, that a former president may personally benefit from foreign military gifts, sends the wrong message to allies and enemies alike. This isn't the only controversy involving Trump and foreign governments. Reports have emerged of a $2 billion cryptocurrency venture backed by the UAE, with Trump poised to earn tens, if not hundreds, of millions from the partnership. These deals contribute to what critics say is a pattern: foreign governments offering favorable deals, gifts, or contracts that could benefit Trump personally. The concern isn't just about corruption, it's about foreign influence at the highest levels of American power. So what happens next? Democrats in the House Judiciary Committee may raise the issue, but with Republicans controlling the House, it's unlikely any formal investigation will proceed. Even if we try to investigate, the GOP won't support it, one lawmaker admitted, and the Supreme Court has effectively granted Trump criminal immunity for actions while in office. That leaves watchdogs, journalists, and the public to press for transparency and accountability. The broader question remains, should any U.S. president or former president ever be allowed to accept massive gifts from foreign governments? The Founding Fathers said no. The Constitution says no. Yet in this modern political climate, that principle is being tested like never before. Whether the plane ends up in Trump's library or not, the gesture raises troubling questions about loyalty, about influence, and about the very structure of American democracy. This story isn't just about a jet, it's about power, accountability, and the soul of the presidency. Should foreign nations be able to give gifts to American presidents, especially ones still involved in politics and business? The answer should be clear, but in 2025, it seems every line has blurred. As more details unfold about the Qatar jet, the crypto deals, and other foreign connections, one thing is certain: this story is far from over. Subscribe to my channel, Pulse of the World, for more deep dives into global politics, power moves, and the stories that shape our world.